So you're probably listening to the Innate Secrets podcast because you know there's more within. You know that there's something within that we might see as a secret only because we haven't discovered it yet. And self-discovery, I think, is innate. Self-discovery is within us all. We all want to find out more about who we are and why we're here. This is a place where those who suspect they're innately wise, brilliant and powerful come to learn how to transform their lives, one cognition, one realization and one blinding flash of the obvious at a time. We are the innovators, the record breakers, the world makers and creators of all kinds. We supersede the suppressive worldview of mass ignorance and awaken the strength within. We are waking up to our innate secrets. My name is Dr. Mark Postles and welcome to the Innate Secrets podcast. So as a child, I was a problem child from this point of view, that my mother was always chasing after me. I had to escape wherever I could. I had to discover, I had to explore. She related times when she'd put me down as a 3-year-old for an afternoon nap, and I'd climb out the window, get on my tricycle and head off up the road. So, many a time was a truck driver would knock on the front door with me under his arm saying, "Hey, this kid of yours was up on the main road," So that was sort of my history, and I think it's I've lived that right throughout. Always traveled, left home when I was young and traveled the world and discovered. And as I went out there and discovered what's outside of me, I then started to reflect more and more on what's inside of me. And so that journey it's interesting because it's sort of like the illusion is that we get more from going outside and learning about things and gathering stuff that's outside of us. And it's almost like that all the stuff that's outside of us is an illusion that distracts us. It's like, this is where the good stuff is. It's all outside. And so we spend time, energy, money seeking stuff that's outside. And that keeps us away from the real gems of life, which is on the inside. So what I've realized over time is that the inner workings are far more fascinating than the outer workings. And how things work on the inside has to do with our innate drive. It's our innate wisdom as it's working its magic within us. And, I have a suspicion that because it would be an observation that we're all here for a different reason. We're all here to live out our life in this physical form in our own unique way. And so if we look outside and we see the massive society and the massive organization and structure out there, we could assume that we're there to live by those standards. But really, when you look at it, you're here to live by your own standards. You're here to live according to your own innate wisdom. And that innate wisdom is not something that's a subservient thing. It is the source of your reality. It is who you are. And I believe that we're all here and destined to be great in our own form, in our own way. And so that's what we say within the innate model is there's nothing to add. There's nothing broken. It is all totally complete. So we are then potential geniuses. We all are and have this amazing collection of the physical matter that's around this spiritual essence, or this high vibrational essence that gives us this potential to be genius. And in fact, we are genius, but we don't always recognize it. So the quadrant one part of our brain is a filter and a conduit for the infinite ideas that we can use to improve ourselves. And this is one of the big drivers of knowing thyself. If we can look at that self-reflection that comes from the prefrontal cortex, that's an ability to get outside of ourselves and look in. And that's something that self-reflection is the beginning of uncovering the innate secrets, beginning to see us behaving ourselves as we do, and then looking at that and saying, well, is that useful? Is that getting me to where I want to get? Is that part of my design? And sometimes we do behaviors which are very aberrant. They're very sort of non-useful, but we still keep doing them. So, that's where we start to say, well, look, just imagine if you did, or you were destined to be great, if you were destined to have an amazing impact in your world, then and maybe even that it is coded, it's encoded into your DNA, that it's there, and that you are destined to be great, and it's just about living it out and listening to that inner voice that allows you to get out there and implement and true to your own self. So this is the greater self that lies within, and it's about expressing this at the every opportunity. I think too often we're confronted in our society with the thing that you've got to go out and you've got to get information, and you've got to learn, you've got to teach the educated mind. Well, the innate self is not the educated mind, and the educated mind can stop the innate from expressing. It inhibits it. It doesn't allow that greatness to come through. It judges us, and it puts conditions on us, and we never know enough. We've got to get more information before we can make a decision. Well, you know what? We're exiting the world of knowledge. The knowledge revolution is over, and we're entering the implementation revolution. We're entering a time when it's about implementing. It's about coming from the seat of our souls and doing what is so for us, based on our own journey, as fulfilling our real self. Hermann Hesse is quoted as saying, "Each man has only one genuine vocation: to find the way to himself. His task is to discover his own destiny, not an arbitrary one, and live out wholly and resolutely within himself. Everything else was only a would-be existence, an attempt at evasion, a flight back to the ideals of the masses, conformity and fear of one's own inwardness." So I think that sums up the essence of this discussion in terms of, don't look outside for your validation. Don't look outside for your discovery, as a source of it. Look inside. When you look inside, you establish your purpose, you establish your ideals and your values, and you get an opportunity to look at those in terms of their usefulness. They may not be useful, and in which case you then can bring about change. But it's they create your filters, and they create how you interact with the outside. So look at it from an inside out perspective rather than an outside in perspective, and know that you are amazing just the way you are. There's nothing to change. There's nothing to shift. It's not about, well, I'll be amazing when. No, we are amazing right now. And our innate secrets are waiting to be revealed right now. So consider that. Let us show you how to fire your brain in ways that serve you, so that you can be confident, connected, and bring joy and passion into what you do every day. Get a free copy of my book, The Innate Model. Go to theinnatemodel.com/free book.